Right. Good morning, students. So, in yesterday class, we discussed regarding the nomenclature of aldehydes. Now, in today's class, we'll discuss regarding the nomenclature of ketones. Afterwards, the preparation methods. Okay. Let's see some examples. CH3, CO, CH3, common name, and then IUPAC name. Common name and IUPAC name. So, for this compound, the common name is nothing but acetone. As I told yesterday, so ketones are named as a dialkyl ketones if both are same. This is nothing but dimethyl ketone. So this dimethyl ketone is nothing but known as acetone in common system. Then it's IUPAC name. So here three carbons are there. So the root word is prop. Single bonds are there. N, on. So the EPS name of this compound is propanone or propane 2,1. That position 2 no need to mention compulsory. From either end you will get same position only. So propanone or propane 2,1 or 2-propanone, either you can write there. So this is a common name and this acetone. EPS name is propanone. Now, take another example here. CH3, CO, CH2, CH3. So this is another compound. Now here two different alkyl groups are present. So when two different alkyl groups are present, we will represent the name of these alkyl groups in alphabetical order. So this is ethyl and this is methyl. So now we will represent the name as ethyl methyl ketone. So ethyl methyl ketone is the common name. Then, so what should be its IUPAC name? Just give numbering here: 1, 2, 3, 4. So at second position, keto group is there. Now the root word is, since 4 carbons are there, the root word is bute. Single bonds are there, N. After second position, double bond is there. Sorry, ketone group is there. So butane to one. Or this we can also represent as 2-butanone also. So butane 2,1 or 2-butanone. Next, third one. CH3, CH2, CO, CH2, CH3. Now, here two alkyl groups are same. There are two ethyl groups. Now, this is named as diethyl. So, two ethyl groups are there. So, this is named as diethyl ketone. So, diethyl ketone is the common name. Now, give numbering. So, either from this end or from this end, this carbonyl carbon will get the same number. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Now, the keto group is present at third position. So, this is named as total carbons 5 is there. So, root word pent, single bonds are there, N. At third position, keto group is there, 3-one. So, the IUPAC name is pentane 3-one. So, there is the IUPAC name of the compound. Next. Let's see next one more example. Now here also the two alkyl groups are same. This is propyl group and this is also propyl group. Now this is dipropyl. Dipropyl ketone. So dipropyl ketone is the common name. Now give IUPAC name by giving numbering. From either side, this carbon will get fourth position only. So 1, 2, 3, 7. So totally there are 7 carbons are there. So the root word is hept ane, heptane, and at the fourth position the keto group is there. So this is nothing but 4-one. So heptane 4-one. So this is a heptane 4-one is the IUPAC. Next. Next. So one more example. CH3, CH, CH3, CO, now see this compound. Here also the two alkyl groups present on the both sides of carbonyl group are same. What is the name of this group? This is nothing but isopropyl, and the name of this group is also isopropyl. So there are two isopropyl groups bonded to carbonyl group. Now this is named as di-isopropyl ketone. Di-isopropyl ketone. This is common name. Then what is IUPAC name? So just give the numbering here. If give the numbering from the either end, you get same. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So totally in long chain 5 carbons are there. Now at the second position and at the fourth position there are 2 methyl groups as branches. So now it is written as 2,4 dimethyl. 2,4 dimethyl. Total carbons 5 is there. So pent, single bonds are there. Ane, at third position is keto group is there. 3-one. Means 2,4 dimethyl. 2,4 dimethyl pentane 3-one. This is 2,4 dimethyl pentane 3-one. So this is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay, right. So like this, either symmetrical or unsymmetrical ketones are there. If symmetrical ketone is there, we use the term di before the name of alkyl group ending with ketone. If it is unsymmetrical ketone, we will represent the two alkyl groups separately in alphabetical order ending with ketone. As per IUPAC system, these are named as alkanone. There is the terminal E of alkane is replaced with ONE. Okay, alkanone. Right. Now, let us see some other examples. Just like this fifth one only, instead of methyl, I am going to take chlorine here. Same. Right. Now, this is the compound. Then what is the name of this compound? What is the common name and what is the IUPAC name? See here, this is alpha position, this is alpha dash position. According to common nomenclature system, at alpha and alpha dash position, chlorine is there. Okay. Now, this is named as alpha comma alpha dash dichloro. Alpha comma alpha dash dichloro. What this alkyl group? Diethyl. Two ethyl group is there, both sides same, diethyl. Alpha comma alpha dash dichloro diethyl ketone. This is the common name. Alpha comma alpha dash dichloro diethyl ketone. There is the common name. Now, what will be its IUPAC name? Now, instead of alpha and alpha dash, if you give the numbering here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 carbons are there. At second and fourth position, chlorine atoms are there. So now it is 2, 4 dichloro. These are the branches. Total number of carbons in the compound is 5 carbons. Since 5 carbons are there, this is pentane. At the third position, keto group is there. So 3 on. So pentane 3 on will be the IUPAC name. So 2, 4 dichloro pentane 3 on. That is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay, right. So these are some examples of open chain compounds. Now let us see some other examples with a closed chain. There is a cyclic compounds. Right, a closed chain compound I'll take here now. Right, this is the compound. Now, what is a common name for this compound? So here, this is the functional group carbon. Okay, the next carbon will be the alpha carbon. Now here, this is the alpha carbon. In case of aldehydes, functional group CHO group attached carbon is taken as alpha in the ring. But here in case of ketones, the functional group carbon itself present in the ring structure. So the next atom of the carbonyl carbon is taken as alpha carbon here. Now this is at what position? At alpha position, methyl group is there. Now it is alpha methyl. Okay. Now this is cyclopentanone. Alpha methyl cyclopentanone. This is the common name for this compound. So the functional group carbon at the alpha position, methyl group is there. So alpha methyl cyclopentanone. This is the common name. Then what is the IUPAC name? Just like as it is, instead of this alpha, we will represent the number. So if you give numbering here for this compound, see functional group carbon will come to as the first one, because the functional group carbon is present itself in the ring. So functional group carbon is first carbon, this will be the second carbon. So alpha position is nothing but a second atom. 2. But in case of aldehydes, yesterday what you have done, alpha position will come as a first numbered carbon in case of aldehydes, because CHO is present out of the ring. But here carbonyl carbon is present within the ring. So alpha position is nothing but a second numbered carbon. So this is 2-methyl pentanone. So 2-methyl pentanone is the answer here. Next. Let us see one more example. Right. Now see what is the name of this compound. So this is nothing but a cyclohexanone. This is alpha carbon. This is beta carbon. At beta carbon, bromine is there. So we'll write the name as beta bromo. Beta bromo cyclohexanone. Beta bromo cyclohexanone. Now as per IUPAC nomenclature, if you give numbering here, this is first carbon, this will be the second carbon and this will be the third carbon. So 3-bromocyclohexanone. So IUPAC name is 3-bromocyclohexanone. Right. This is regarding nomenclature of closed chain compounds, that is aliphatic cyclic compounds. Okay. Now let us take some other examples. Aromatic ketones. Right. So these are some examples for aromatic ketones. Okay, means the carbonyl group is attached to aromatic ring. So as I said in the nomenclature, according to common system, this alkyl aryl ketones are named as by prefixing the name of the acyl group to phenol. Alkyl aryl ketones are named as acyl phenone by prefixing the name of acyl group to phenone. Now see here, what is the name of acyl group here? CH3CO, acetyl group. This is phenone, C6H5CO. This is known as phenone. This is known as acetyl group. So now this is named as acetophenone. So to the word phenone, the name of the acyl group is prefixed. So it is named as acetophenone. Okay. Similarly, see this compound. This is a propanoyl group. This is phenone group. Now this is named as propiophenone, like this. Propiophenone, this is common name. Like this, common name is written by prefixing the name of acyl group to phenone. Acetophenone, propiophenone, butyrophenone, like that we will write the names. Okay, right. Now come to the IUPAC name. 1, this is 2, this is first carbon, this is second carbon, because this phenyl is taken as the branch here. This is nothing but phenyl ethanone. 2 carbons are there, ethanone. This ring carbons will not come under the long chain. Only these two will take as a long chain. If this side also alkyl groups are there, from either terminal we will give the number in such a way that the carbonyl carbon get the least number. Okay. So now here carbonyl carbon get the 1 and next one is 2. Okay, ethanone. At first position, what is there? Phenyl. So now it is written as 1-phenyl ethanone. So that number before on we are not representing number, means it is that first position only. So 1-phenyl ethanone. So that is the IUPAC name. Now for this 1, 2, 3. At first position phenyl group is there. This is propanone. So 1-phenyl propanone or simply phenyl propanone, like that we can write. So this is 1-phenyl. So 1-phenyl propanone. So 1-phenyl propanone. Okay, that is the name of the compound. Now come to this. So this is written as this is phenone. This is benzoyl group, C6H5CO benzoyl group. Okay, this is named as simply benzophenone. This is benzyl or phenone group. This is phenone. So this is named as both groups are same. Both are benzoyl groups only. Simply named as benzophenone. Even the IUPAC name also written as the same as benzophenone only. So both common name and IUPAC name will have the same benzophenone in case of ketones. Right, next. Come to this. Here two different alkyl groups are there. Okay. Now this is nothing but benzyl. This is nothing but ethyl. So benzyl, ethyl. See, this is ethyl group. This is benzyl group. Ethyl, benzyl, ketone. That is common name. So the common name is benzyl, ethyl, ketone. Benzyl ethyl ketone is the common name. Then what is the IUPAC name? See, here also carbon is there. Now, if you get numbering from this end, 1, 2, 3 you can get. If you get numbering starting from here, this is 1, 2, 3 and this is the fourth carbon. Means at the first position phenyl group is there. So 1-phenyl. So 1-phenyl. How many carbons are there in long chain? 4 carbons. Bute. Single bonds are there. N. At second position keto group is there. 2-one. So 1-phenyl butane 2-one. So 1-phenyl butane 2-one. So this is the IUPAC name of this compound. Okay. Let us see one more example. So like this, aromatic ketones are named by prefixing the name of acyl group to phenone, acetophenone, propiophenone, like this, benzophenone, and so on, like that we will write. Next. Right. Now let us see last two more examples. See. Now if you observe here, this compound consists of two keto groups. Two keto groups are there. Okay. Right. Simply, this is CH2, not CH3. See, in acetone molecule, if one hydrogen replaced by acetyl group, then you can get this compound. Suppose if this group is not there, CH3, CO, CH3, for example, that is nothing but acetone. In that acetone, at this CH3, one hydrogen replaced by CH3CO group. In acetone, hydrogen of alkyl group replaced by acetyl group. Then we can get this compound. So simply this is named as acetyl acetone. This is the common name. Acetyl acetone means acetyl derivative of acetone molecule. So that is acetyl acetone. Next, this is common name. Then what is the IUPAC name? So just give numbering. Either from this end or from this end, if you give numbering, it is same, it is symmetrical molecule. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 carbons are there. So the root word is pent. Single bonds are there, N, pentane. At what position keto group is there? At second position as well as at fourth position. That means pentane 2, 4 dione, because the two keto groups are there both at second and fourth position respectively. So pentane 2, 4 dione. So this is the IUPAC name. Okay, now come to this. Total how many carbons are there? 5 carbons are there. CO and CHO. Aldehyde ketone, both groups are there. So if aldehydes and ketones both are there, the priority will be given to aldehyde group. So now it is named as aldehyde only. Okay, right. If 5 carbons are there, what is the name of the aldehyde? Valeraldehyde. Since it is a derivative of valeric acid, it is named as valeraldehyde with 5 carbons. But in that, at third position, keto group is there. What is with respect to CHO? What this position is? This is alpha position. This is beta position. What is the prefix name of keto group? Oxo. So at a beta position, oxo group is there. So beta oxo valeraldehyde. Beta oxovaleraldehyde. This is the common name. So this is with 5 carbons, aldehyde is there and keto group is there. Priority will goes to aldehyde group. So valeraldehyde. At beta position and oxo group, there is carbonyl group is there. So beta oxovaleraldehyde. So this is the name of this compound. Now what is the IUPAC name? Let us see. Just give numbering here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At third position, oxo group is there. So 3 oxo. So its IUPAC name is 3 oxo. 5 carbons are there. Pent, single bonds are there. N, aldehyde group is there. All Al. 3 oxopentanol. This is. And finally, one more. CH3, C, sorry, single bond here. C, double bond, CH, CO, CH3. So this compound now. What is the name of this compound? So actually, this is a condensation product of 2 acetone molecules. In one acetone, CH3, CO, CH3, in first acetone molecule, oxygen, in second acetone molecule, 2 alpha hydrogens get eliminated as water molecule. Then you can get this product. This is the condensation product of 2 acetone molecules, simply called as a mesityl oxide. The common name of this compound is mesityl oxide. It is a common name for this compound. Then what is the IUPAC name? First we should give numbering here. From which end we have to give numbers? From this end, 1, 2, 3, 4. But from this end you can get only 2. So this will be the long chain here. And this will be a branch. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th carbon. So 5 carbons are there. At the fourth position, methyl group is there as branch. So now this is 4 methyl. At fourth position, methyl group is there as branch. 4 methyl. Total 5 carbons are there. So the root word is pent. Okay. Now after third carbon, double bond is there. So 3 ene. At second carbon, keto group is there. 2 on. See once again. 4 methyl, pent, 3 ene, 2 on. 4 methyl, pent, 3 ene, 2 on. Yeah, this is the nomenclature of these compounds. Okay. So this is some examples regarding nomenclature of ketones, similar to what you learn in first PUC syllabus. Okay, right. Now, so just practice this nomenclature once later. So this is regarding a nomenclature of ketones, both in common system as well as in IUPAC system. Now, right. Yeah. Now we'll discuss some preparation methods for aldehydes and ketones, both aliphatic as well as aromatic. So preparation methods of aldehydes and ketones. The first one, from alcohols. So preparation of aldehydes and ketones from alcohols. So regarding this preparation method, already you have learned in the chemical properties of alcohols. Nothing but oxidation of alcohols, dehydrogenation of alcohols. Same methods we are going to discuss here. So from alcohols, by two different methods we can obtain here. First one by oxidation. Preparation of aldehydes and ketones from alcohols by oxidation. Okay. Now, let us see. RCH2OH. So this is a primary alcohol. So these alcohols can be oxidized by different types of oxidizing agents plus oxygen, nascent oxygen released by oxygen atom by oxidizing agents. See what oxidizing agents we have used in oxidation of alcohols. Mild oxidizing agents are there, strong oxidizing agents are there. See mild oxidizing agents like PCC. What is meant by PCC? Pyridinium chlorochromate. Otherwise PDC, pyridinium dichromate. Otherwise CrO3, chromium 6 oxide. So these are all mild oxidizing agents. So these oxidizing agents can oxidize primary alcohols to corresponding alcohols. Sorry, corresponding aldehydes. What will happen here is from this CH2 one hydrogen, here one hydrogen and this oxygen forms water molecule plus H2O and remaining is nothing but RCHO. Simply, actually this is the structure of CH2OH. Now here elimination of hydrogen takes place like this. On elimination of these two hydrogens, here you can get a pi bond, means because a C double bond OH means CHO. This is nothing but aldehyde. Overall, primary alcohols on oxidation with mild oxidizing agents like PCC or PDC or chromium oxide gives aldehydes. Okay, let us take an example here. Just replace R with any alkyl group and you adjust for the equation. Now in place of R, I am going to take CH3 here. CH3, CH2OH in the presence of same oxidizing agents. Then this is nothing but a ethyl alcohol. This is ethyl alcohol, a primary alcohol. This ethyl alcohol will be oxidized to CH3CHO plus H2O. What this is nothing but acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde will be formed. If you take propyl alcohol, you can get a propanaldehyde with the same number of carbons. If you take butyric butanol, you can get butyraldehyde like that with the same number of carbons. That CH2OH. See, the overall change here is nothing but CH2OH group is oxidized to CHO group. That's all. There is an overall change. The remaining same as it is. CH2OH primary alcohol group is oxidized to aldehyde group CHO group. This is an example. Ethyl alcohol is oxidized to acetaldehyde. This is first one in this A. Now come to the second one. How ketones are prepared from the same alcohols by oxidation? Now, in the same method, instead of primary alcohol, if we use secondary alcohol, you will get ketones. Now see an example. R, CH, OH, R. Here you can take both groups same or different as you wish. R, CH, OH, R dash. This is a secondary alcohol. This is a secondary alcohol. So this secondary alcohol on oxidation with the same reagents PDC or PCC or CrO3. Oxidation of secondary alcohols with the same reagents can give ketone RCO R dash plus H2O. Now see here also what the overall change here is. CHOH group is oxidized to CO group. This is the overall change in the total reaction. Secondary alcohol is oxidized to ketone, C double bond O. Okay, right. Now, so let us take an example here. I'll take a isopropyl alcohol as example. CH3 CO CH3 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 CHOH CH3 CHOH. This is isopropyl alcohol. Isopropyl alcohol, and this isopropyl alcohol on oxidation with the same PCC or PDC or CrO3, then what you'll get here? CH3 CO CH3 plus H2O, nothing but acetone. Acetone will be formed as the product. So like this, secondary alcohols on oxidation with mild oxidizing agents gives ketones. The overall change of this reaction is CHOH is oxidized to CO group. Okay, then an example, isopropyl alcohol on oxidation gives acetone. So this is the preparation of aldehydes and ketones from alcohols by oxidation. This is the first one. Now we'll go for the second one. Same from alcohols. By dehydrogenation. By dehydrogenation. This is also same, just like this method only. Just what the reagent is there, that reagent will change. And this one also we have studied in alcohol chapter itself. Nothing but a dehydration of alcohols. Now see here, first one, and one more here. From tertiary alcohols, we cannot produce aldehydes or ketones by oxidation or by dehydrogenation, because tertiary alcohols are not oxidized easily. Tertiary alcohols will be oxidized only by strong oxidizing agents like KMnO4 or K2Cr2O7, which is acidified. Okay, so from primary and secondary alcohols only we will prepare here. Now same here, by dehydrogenation. Same primary alcohol I will take here, RCH2OH, which is a primary alcohol. So this is a primary alcohol. And what the reagent used for dehydrogenation? See, either copper or silver at a temperature of 573 Kelvin, that is 300 degrees Celsius. Copper or silver at 573 Kelvin or 300 degrees Celsius we use as a dehydrogenating agent. Same here also, remove one hydrogen here and one hydrogen here, then this RCH2OH is oxidized to RCHO, nothing but aldehyde. Just like as earlier, just change the reagent here. Same example I am going to take here. I'll take another example. CH3, CH2, CH2OH. The reagent is same. What is this? A propyl alcohol. Yeah. So propyl alcohol on dehydrogenation, on removal of hydrogen, here you can get CH3, CH2, CHO. This is propionaldehyde. So propionaldehyde will be formed. Dehydrogenation of primary alcohols in the presence of copper or silver at 573 Kelvin gives aldehydes. Same. The same method from secondary alcohols we can get ketones as usual, R, CH, OH, R dash. So this is a secondary alcohol. So this secondary alcohol on reaction with same either copper or silver at 573 Kelvin. Then here also from CH hydrogen from OH, this H2 get eliminates and a pi bond will be formed. Then you can get RCO R dash. There is nothing but a ketone will be formed. An example, same example, replace R with a methyl or ethyl under the equation now. CH3, CH, OH, CH2, CH3. This is the compound. What is the name of this compound? This is butane 2-ol. Butane 2-ol. This is a secondary alcohol, butane 2-ol. And this butane 2-ol on dehydrogenation, just remove this hydrogen, then the product formed is CH3, CO, CH2, CH3. Nothing but this is butane 2-on or simply 2-butanone, either you can write. Butane 2-on or 2-butanone. So this is the preparation of aldehydes and ketones from alcohols by two methods, one by oxidation, another by dehydrogenation. Okay, right. So regarding this preparation method, already we have studied in alcohols chemical properties, oxidation of alcohols, dehydrogenation of alcohols. Oxidation of tertiary alcohol cannot take place easily, whereas tertiary alcohols does not undergo dehydrogenation, they undergo dehydration to give alkenes. So from tertiary aldehydes, from tertiary alcohols are we cannot produce aldehydes or ketones. Now I'll go for second one. From alkynes, so from alkenes also we can produce, we will produce that in the next class we'll discuss. Now let us see from alkynes how to produce. It will take more time from alkenes. Today class we'll discuss this part. Yeah, from alkynes. Nothing but hydration of alkynes. See, alkynes are insoluble in water, they will not combine with water directly. But addition of water to alkynes takes place in the presence of 40% of H2SO4. So 40% means dilute H2SO4 plus 1% mercuric sulfate, MHgSO4. Here this mercuric ions can catalyze the addition of water to alkynes in the presence of with dilute H2SO4. So addition of water to alkynes takes place in the presence of 40% of H2SO4 and 1% mercuric sulfate. Here mercuric ions can catalyze the addition of water to alkynes. Just here. First one, I will take the simplest alkyne. What is the simplest alkyne? Nothing but acetylene. CH triple bond CH. This is acetylene. Acetylene. Now, to this acetylene, if you add a water molecule in the presence of this, that is 40% H2SO4 and 1% HgSO4. Then what you will get? So addition of water takes place according to Markovnikov rule. This is symmetrical only, no need to follow any rules, directly you write. Then you will get a H2C double bond CHOH. Yeah, what is the name of this compound? This is vinyl group. This is alcohol. This is vinyl alcohol. This is nothing but a enol. See here, on this carbon, double bond is there and OH is there. So these enols are less stable and these enols undergo isomerization, simply called as a tautomerism. Enols undergo isomerism known as a tautomerism. Then what happens? This double bond will shift to here, hydrogen will shift to here. Then this compound becomes CH3 CHO, which is nothing but acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde will be formed here. Okay, right. Now see once again. Alkynes cannot react with water. So addition of water to alkynes takes place in the presence of 40% H2SO4 and 1% HgSO4. If you take acetylene, addition of water molecule to acetylene in the presence of these reagents can produce vinyl alcohol. This is a enol. That enol undergo isomerization, that is a tautomerism. And then hydrogen and double bond can exchange their positions now. Then this enol becomes a keto compound, simply known as keto-enol tautomerism. This process is called keto-enol tautomerism or keto-enol isomerism. That is also called as desmotropism. So different names are there. Okay, commonly used term tautomerism. Then we can get acetaldehyde. So addition of water to acetylene finally gives acetaldehyde molecule. Now let us take one more. Other than acetylene, if you take any other alkyne, now see a general formula I'm going to take here: R C triple bond CH, an alkyne, terminal alkyne I have taken here, plus water gives same reagent. Since this is unsymmetrical alkyne, addition takes place according to Markovnikov rule. That is, OH minus is attached to this carbon and hydrogen will be attached to this carbon as per Markovnikov rule. Then we will get R COH double bond CH2. Then we can get an enol to this carbon, double bond OH is there. This is an enol. An enol will be formed. Now this enol undergo tautomerism, same just like as earlier. This enol undergo tautomerism. Hydrogen shift to this carbon, this pi bond will shift to here. Then this becomes R CO CH3. Then what you get here? Ketone. Okay, if you want an example, replace this R with any alkyl group under the equation. See now, an example I'll take CH3 C triple bond CH. This is propine. And to this, if add water molecule, addition of water to propine gives, then it gives CH3 COH double bond CH2. What is the name of this compound? Propanol. This is a prop 1-ene 2-ol. Propene 2-ol, prop 1-ene 2-ol. And this prop 1-ene 2-ol undergo tautomerism and gives CH3 CO CH3, nothing but acetone. Acetone will be formed as the product here. Okay, so if you take a propane, you will get acetone. If you take acetylene or ethine, you will get aldehyde. One more here. Only acetylene can give acetaldehyde. Other than acetylene, if you take any other alkyne, propyne, butane, but1-ine or but2-ine or any other alkyne other than acetylene, always gives a ketone only. So addition of water to acetylene gives acetaldehyde. Other than acetylene, if you take any other alkyne, always you will get a ketone as the product. So finally, addition of water to alkynes gives carbonyl compounds, that is aldehydes or ketones. Since addition of water to alkyne does not take place directly, so the reaction is carried out in the presence of 40% H2SO4 and 1% HgSO4. So this is regarding preparation of alkynes, preparation of aldehydes and ketones from alkynes. Okay, so this is for today's class. Again, tomorrow we'll continue the remaining preparation methods. Okay, thank you.